I'm just going to turn that down. But if any of you saw even the celebrity game we had here last weekend where Jamal Crawford and others played in it, just the buzz, the energy, the excitement, the unifying element in this city that this kind of, I call it economic activity. We're employing people, this kind of revitalization, if you will, this kind of noise, if you will, brings our city back. It's sort of funny whenever I call Lenny Wilkens coach just because in his latter years that's what he was known as. But sometimes when I say that, coach, it almost does your legacy as one of the greatest players a disservice because he was a phenomenal player, which allowed him to be the coach that he is. But when Coach Wilkens is around and it reminds people of a greater time in this city where we came together behind all of our teams. And so when we're here and we talk about the Reign, 4 championships. This is a basketball city. So, one thing about the Oakview group, and I've said this over and over again, they've done everything that they said they were going to do. And I need to repeat that. They've done everything they said they were going to do. They're bringing our championship attitude back. They're employing people. They're giving back to the community. They're creating laughter and joy in a city and in a country that needs it so desperately. So for that, I'm incredibly thankful. So I'm going to get my tickets. There's a few perks of this job, so I plan on being there. The mayor has to be there. And again, I want to, as I introduce Gillian Zucker, the president of the Clippers, I want to say thank you. Someone thinks of these things, and then someone acts on these things, and then a community comes together. And if I know you, because I talked to you earlier, Jillian said, well, I'm not going to take credit, and she passed it to Brother Lewicki, and then Brother Lewicki passed it to someone else, and I'll take credit then. I didn't do anything, but I'll take the credit if no one wants to take it. But in all seriousness, Gillian, thank you for your leadership. And we're going to have so much fun here in October. And, again, when I see Jamal and Lenny here, it just the city's on fire in a right way. And we're going to build one Seattle. And this is exactly the kind of economic development and activity that we want to see. So I present to you, Jillian.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for inviting us here. We're very grateful. No, it is absolutely wonderful to be here in this incredible facility. And on behalf of the LA Clippers and our chairman, Steve Ballmer, we are just thrilled to be here with Todd and Ginny, Mayor Harrell, and thrilled with the opportunity to play a preseason game here at Climate Pledge. It's truly a privilege to be joined here by Coach Wilkens and Jamal Crawford, a Seattle institution, Jamal, a Clipper favorite. This game, as everybody's been talking about, was the result of a brainstorm. It originated with our head coach, Ty Lue, and his good friend, Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Blazers. Ty really wanted to match wits in the preseason with Chauncey. And so here we are, tickets going on sale, fans getting fired up, our entire organization looking forward to participating in this first Reign City showcase. Truly incredible. Seattle and LA are 1,000 miles apart, but we're linked by the excitement of 2 incredible buildings with bright futures. In Seattle, Climate Pledge Arena, and in LA, the Intuit Dome coming up out of the ground, the new home of the Clippers growing every day in Inglewood. We are absolutely thrilled to bring NBA basketball back to Seattle along with the Blazers for this game and tip off what we believe will be a very special season. Now, there's a saying, I think most people know that great things happen in threes, and so it is my pleasure to introduce 3-time Basketball Hall of Famer Lenny Wilkens and 3-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year Jamal Crawford.
Wow. I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to be here talking about the prospects of us having a basketball team again. I came here a number of years ago kicking and screaming because I was traded from a team that was in the playoffs all the time to an expansion franchise. But I'm still here. I mean, I grew to love this area, the people, the community. I mean, there's nothing like it in the world. And I've had an opportunity to be everywhere. And, you know, I used to say that I was the NBA's best kept secret. If you look at a lot of the earlier basketball cards, they spelt my name with an INS, you know, it was things like that. But none of that's important. What's important is what the future is going to bring. And we're all about young people. I am. And young people are our future. They're tomorrow's doctors, lawyers, politicians. And what generates them, what gets their attention, nothing as good as sports. Every young player, male or female, when they see sport, they want to take part in it. They say, I can do that. And they can, believe me. That's how I got involved. And I was so blessed. My role models, and I have to mention a couple of them, one was a priest in our parish who, whenever I get frustrated, I used to get upset, you know, because people would say, you can't do that, or this, or whatever. And he would see me frustrated, and he would say, well, who promised you? You know, did someone promise you that, you know, it was going to be easy? And I used to kind of look at him, and then I finally started to get it, you know. The other was Jackie Robinson. He lived in my neighborhood, and I was a big baseball fan at the time. And I didn't know anything about basketball. But Jackie was so fierce. He was a competitor. And he used to say to me all the time, you got to beat him with this. You know, and I'm telling you, I watched him. I used to sit in the bleacher seats, only cost 50 cents. And I watched him steal home plate the very first time. Incredible, you know. So I've been blessed. I got here to Seattle. I got to meet people, get to know the community, get to know people like Jamal. I mean, he's a treasure. I mean, he really is. And that's what community does. And we in the community have to be proud of our community. We got to find ways to make it better. And so if any way that I can do to help that, I'm on board. Thank you for inviting me to be down here. I look forward to October 3rd. I can't wait. Let me tell you, it's going to be fun to see the city having professional basketball again. The men's. I know the Storm is here, believe me, because I'm a huge fan of the Storm.
How you guys doing, first off? There you go. Thought you were still asleep. This is an amazing arena. This is an amazing time. I was just here last Sunday, and I played in the celebrity game. And when I was in the celebrity game, I saw what I thought was 10,000 people there, excited. Kids were excited. Obviously, the Storm have done an unbelievable job holding down professional basketball for us, right? You guys have shaped the imaginations of so many young women out there, young men out there, just to see professionals that they see on TV. They can come down here and see them. Seeing Sue Bird in person, like the GOAT. Everybody's like, the GOAT's here, the GOAT's here. So to see a Sue Bird in person, even my son was excited. It's just been unbelievable. And to know that there's an NBA game coming back here October 3rd, and all these wonderful people have played a part, it's just amazing. When I was a kid, the Sonics were everything to me. If I could see a Gary Payton or a Sean Kemp or Detlef Schrempf and see them in person, I used to work in the Key Arena, actually, and I was actually the kid who brought up pretzels and concession stands up to the vendors to sell, and I would make that 10-minute trip a 30-minute trip. I promise you, I would go out there and I would look in the hallway. I'd do my job, and I would look and just look out there and dream. And right now, on the men's side, we don't have professional basketball. So when they see a Dame Lillard or Kawhi Leonard coming here October 3rd, this place will be electric. There was an NBA game a few years ago, and it was the Warriors and I believe the Kings. And I was sitting next to Russell Wilson and Cliff Averill and Doug Baldwin and all those guys, Bobby Wagner, and they said, this is what NBA basketball is like in this city. This is electric. We need this back. And October 3rd, we'll be back again. Thank you to the Clippers. Thank you to the Blazers. It reignites a whole new generation of kids who need to see this. They need to be able to dream and know that it's real. With that, I'd like to bring up Eric. Where are you at, Eric? You took off the hat, of course, being the professional you are. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for Eric.
Thank you, Coach and Jamal. I mean, two of my favorite people as people, not just as athletes. You know, back in January, when the legislature had rumors of this game happening, they said, you know, this is an opportunity not only to showcase the game, but to showcase the impact the game has on this community. That in addition to those 3 top athletes that the mayor was talking about, there are a lot of professionals, a lot of people that make huge contributions to this community. And because of that, they allocated $500,000 that would be used in 3 phases, working with the King County Play Equity Coalition and the Seattle Sports Commission, who will put on a series of tournaments, basketball tournaments, enhancing camps, and also give these young people an opportunity to understand what it's like to not only play in the game, but be a part of being an administration of the game, to be a part of behind the scenes, whether you're an agent or whether you're an owner or whether you're a VP of government relations, God forbid. But the legislature saw it in the forefront. Those 2 groups are working on it. They're working on the details of it, and those activities are going to happen right before the game happens on October 3rd. And we'll get to showcase not only how the game is played on the court, but the impact it makes in our entire community. So thank you so much, Blazers, and thank you so much, Clippers, of course, for being this. And thank you so much for the Storm, who have kept the blood running throughout this community as it relates to basketball, not only the game of basketball, but the people that they put on that court and the owners and the administration of that organization that are tireless, incredible role models for all of us in this region. Thank you so much.
We're so excited for the game, but what Eric just talked about is really the lasting impact this game's going to leave. It's going to impact kids, and I salute all of the people who worked on identifying that funding. I salute the coalition, I salute the Sports Commission, and I salute the Storm, who are going to help us pull that whole plan together. That's what sports does. Games are played, but legacies are left, and we're going to create a little bit of a legacy with this game. Thank you for your courage. Send our thanks to the coach. I'm not sure who reached out to who first, but we're forever grateful, and free trip through the store here, the shopping store, whatever they'd like to buy. Hey, we're going to break up. Those speakers, we're going to ask you to join us for a little bit of a photo, and then for the media, if there's interviews you'd like to conduct, we'll just be with you in just a moment after we do a quick photo. Thank you so much for coming here today.